And we are in the 6A D2 bracket to start off with, and it's a couple of matchups in this bracket that I'm more interested in seeing than some others.
Yeah.
And so let's talk about those. I want to start with South Lake Carroll versus Prosper. You remember we was talking about them last
we
round?
Getting straight into business. That's why I got my collar shirt on today. We getting straight to business. Come on, tell me about it.
Straight like that. Look, South Lake Carroll is a school that we should have known about. That's a school that's actually a powerhouse school. And I found out a couple of things about this school. For starters, they have put out 9 NFL players.
Yeah.
And counting. They'll put out 9 NFL players and counting. This is a school that won state back in 2011 and then was runner-ups just last year in 2024.
Powerhouse.
So this is a team that also finished number 1 in Texas. In the Texas rankings, South Lake Carroll is number 1, and nationally, they finished number 9. So this is a nationally recognized school for their football program.
Yeah, bro.
Shame on me because I should have known that.
Yeah, bro.
I should have known that. I remember I found out that Quinn Ewers, who's with the Miami Dolphins now, he started over Arch Manning at UT just last season.
Yeah.
Quinn Ewers went to South Lake Carroll.
I can see that, bro. Texas, man, they breeding them out here, man. We breed football players. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. And so South Lake Carroll won like a blowout match. They second round must have been real easy because they ended up winning 72-7 against San Angelo. And that don't really tell the story of the game. This team was about to win 72-0 until San Angelo managed to score a touchdown at the end of this game to make sure they didn't leave after being shut out. So this was a game that was dominated by those South Lake Carroll Texans. And I'm here for it. I'm here for all of it because it looked like they going into the next round against Prosper, and they have to feel like the favorites. When you drop 72 on a team in the second round of the playoffs, you have to feel like the favorite when you going into the third round. And if you are Prosper, you looking at that team like, okay, they can play some offense, and then they held this team to 7 points. You have to remember, after every single time you score the ball, you have to kick it off to the other team, which means that if you end up scoring a lot of points and they score a little, that means you scored, gave them the ball for their shot, and you managed to stop them from scoring multiple times. And they did this throughout the whole game. They deserve to be in this third round, and if they win here, they end up in the regional finals. And that's going to be something to see. And their opponents would be Byron Nelson or Geyer, who I'll have to learn a bit more about when the time comes. They're playing Prosper.
Yeah.
Remember,
Prosper.
we talked about that being a new school.
It's a younger
I found
school,
out
too.
That's not a new school. They actually, that school was rebuilt about 15 years ago. Yeah. And so they in new facilities, but the school has been around for a long time.
Really?
One of the guys in our comments actually pointed that out.
Okay, bet. Yeah, I'm glad you did that because I thought they were brand new. The school looks completely different if they actually have been around that long, bro. That's crazy.
So I've heard. Now, word on the street is you got a matchup you want to see in this D2 bracket.
Bro, yeah, I was about to say, yours sounded juicy. No diss, but C.E. King and Jordan, hey, in Rhodes, dog, I played at Rhodes. So that's going to be a matchup.
Played in Rhodes.
That's going to be a matchup because both of these teams are pretty good. Bro.
Yeah.
C.E. King actually beat
Jordan.
C.E. King actually beat Shadow Creek 51-6. And Shadow Creek's not horrible.
Yeah, they didn't just beat Shadow Creek. They beat the brakes off Shadow Creek.
Yeah. I was going to say.
If anybody was wondering who was superior in that matchup, it was King again.
And the reason why, bro, I'm going to go ahead and get into that. It's because of this offense. It's dynamic, bro. I'm going to talk about the offense is led by QB Timothy Potts, or as he's known around school, Timothy Potts. Because this boy is getting it done, bro. He has 31 passing TDs on the season. And their running back, I can't say his name. I think it's Deion Sims. I think I'm saying that right. He isn't too far behind him with 20 touchdowns. Like, the team looks like solid, like all around, bro. Both sides of the ball. That's the other thing that you said is that both sides of the ball need to be dominant or need to be successful for this team to be successful. Because if they're just dominant on offense, bro, another team's gonna match up with them and they're gonna see them on defense. You know what I'm saying? You got to see that side of the ball. On the other side of the ball, bro.
Well, I was just gonna say when you look at Jordan beat Stratford, and the one thing that I saw when I looked at those numbers, because I took a brief look at it, and it looked like Jordan ran the ball a lot. And my thing is, I'm not quite sure that they're going to be able to do that against those big guys on the defensive front on C.E. King's team. Because
they're going to have some
guys.
They're going to have to, because McKay Laster, he had 4 interceptions on the season. And I think interceptions aren't talked about enough. I know it's only 4, but those are big 4. That's a big number to me when it comes to interceptions. So they're gonna have to run the ball, but against this D line, bro, their D line, they got Dominic. I can't say his last name real correctly though. Toulon. I'm gonna say like that. Dominic has 13 sacks, bro. Those are pro numbers. 13 sacks on the season. Those are pro numbers. So yes, you are correct. Jordan is going to have to figure out something else, because Patrick Spann with his 16 touchdowns on the season is a big deal, but I don't think they get 3 on C.E. King. When I say 3, I mean rushing touchdowns. I don't see him getting in the end zone 3 times. He will need to for them to beat them, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Like they're just, I don't want to say they're unevenly matched, because I think that any team in this time in the playoffs, you got to have some talent on the team, because Jordan does have talent and so does C.E. King. But C.E. King has like overwhelming talent when it comes to both sides of the ball.
Yeah, I like C.E. King in this matchup too. Honestly, not the teammates necessarily, but the fans of C.E. King, those students over there, they go hard for this football team. They've been all over our social media platforms letting us know exactly what to think about C.E. King. And everything they say about this team, they back it up. Mm-hmm. Now, I've been familiar with Tim Potts for a few weeks now, checking him out on in the game against North Shore, and then seeing them in these playoffs. I found out C.E. King was the only team to beat number 1 Summer Creek as well, which means C.E. King is the real deal, and this might be their year. I tell you one thing, they confident in any matchup they get. It don't matter who it is. Those guys over there think they could beat anybody, and I'm not quite sure that they wrong.
I see C.E. King getting the dub here against Jordan. That's just my opinion here. I see it that way. I don't think Jordan has enough to stop Himothy, bro. I don't think they got enough to stop Himothy.
I don't think so either.
And I also don't think on the other side of the ball, they're not doing bad, but they're going to have to do something else. They got to do something else besides Patrick Spann, bro. They got to find another way to get somebody else in the end zone, because Patrick Spann on their team, he's the guy on 3rd and 7 or 8, they're giving him the ball. On 3rd and 7 and 8, I know that C.E. King knows he's getting the ball, and if you saw that D-line like I did this last game, yeah, it's a tackle for a loss. But hey, like I said, it's still a good matchup.
I tell you this, I think the key is going to be trying to keep that offense off the field, which means you are going to have to do something against that C.E. King defense. Timothy Potts only missed on 4 passes last week against Shadow Creek. Yeah. He was like 18 for 22. Crazy numbers, highly efficient. And he just kind of showed that even in the heightened leverage of a playoff game, he's still Himothy.
I was watching the film and I'm like, man, what's Jay talking about, bro? This kid can play. Not saying you said anything bad. You just said they took an L. Like you said, it was the truth. And bro, homie can ball, bro. Homie can ball. Some of those quarterback read options, I was like, oh, y'all better hope he don't tuck that. Y'all better hope he don't tuck and run. He always
make the right decision, though. He always made the right decision. That was one thing I saw. He can read the read option real well. So I'm taking C.E. King in that matchup. The next one that I want to check out is going to be Katy versus Summer Creek. That's the game right there. That's the game. Now, I'm a fan of this Katy team.
Me too.
This Katy team for this year, I'm a fan of them. Jackson Franklin, talking about Trey Hill, C.J. Watts, Isaiah McMillan. I've been keeping tabs on these guys all season, and I think what they got going on is special.
Yeah.
They lost 2 games early in the season and haven't lost a game since. So that tells me that the team they were at the start of the season is not the team that they are right now. And so that team, Katy is going to face off against Summer Creek. Katy finished 12. Summer Creek finished number 1. They're going to face off the day after Thanksgiving on Friday at 2 p.m.
Don't eat too much
and
turkey.
I tried to, tried to look for an edge for Katy.
Yeah.
But when I looked through the schedules of these teams, for the most part, they had a fairly even strength of schedule. I couldn't find no advantage or no handicaps on either one of these teams. So it looked like they faced off against similar competition, like the same amount of playoff teams. They had to see them, and they went through them, both teams.
They're right under Los Fresnos with 11-1 winning record. Man, look like they got a little squad over there, my guy.
Well, that's how you get number 1. Now, Katy played against Memorial in the last round, and they crushed them 48-7. And I took a deep dive into those numbers. This had to be the easiest game Jackson Franklin has ever played.
Yeah.
They threw 8 passes total as a team. And the only way that can happen is if your run game is phenomenal. Now, remember, Katy's a team that plays with 3 running backs. But they number 1 guy is my favorite on the team. That's Tremaine Hill.
Yeah.
And Trey Hill gonna do what Trey Hill gonna do. In this game against Memorial, he took 18 carries for 169, 3 tutties, 3 TDs. And then he got the backup running backs. You got CJ Watts took 8 carries for 74 yards, 1 tutty. And then his backup Tony Manuel took 10 carries for 68 yards, 2 tutties. That's 6 touchdowns between 3 running backs. That's 6 of them. That's how you get 48-7.
You know,
and only have to pass the ball 8 times.
Let the homies have some, man. Everybody spread the love around, bro.
Some.
Everybody got to get love around here, bro.
Now, on the flip side, Summer Creek played against Manville. And side note, one of the guys in our comments told me, did say that it's pronounced Manville and not Manville. So out of respect, I'm going to call it Manville. But I got something to say to bro. It don't matter. Your team just got eliminated. We ain't finna talk about them past now. And so here's the deal. They beat them 72-35. Manville threw 3 interceptions. And they also had 113 penalty yards. They literally shot themselves in the foot in this game. 113 yards on penalties. That's at least 2 scores that you gave away because of penalties.
Yeah.
Summer Creek, they got this junior quarterback. His name is Noah Spinks. And Noah Spinks completed 16 of 23 passes for a whopping 457 yards. Then, as a team, they had 2 rushing touchdowns, but that's not the story of the game. I haven't watched Summer Creek enough to know, but now I do. They got 2 stud receivers that's over there. I'm talking about top-notch guys who we should have known about going into this matchup. One of them is a senior, Jamichael Jones. He took 4 receptions for 104 yards. Yeah, JJ. 4 receptions for 104 yards, 1 touchdown. But that's not even the story of the game, because the game ball here should have went to Benny Easter Jr. Benny Easter had 6 receptions for a whopping 252 yards. But guess how many touchdowns? No, that sounds crazy, but guess how many touchdowns this man had?
6.
He had 5.
That's still crazy, though. I had to shoot high.
Yeah,
so
and then
every time he touched the ball, he scored.
He's scoring.
Except once.
They gotta have nightmares. They gotta have nightmares about that kid right now, because Benny Easter and Noah Spinks, these are juniors. These are guys who y'all, as a league, as a UIL player, y'all gonna have to see them next year. Yeah.
Hey, bro, I don't know if you ever seen the movie Get Out. I think I'm talking about. I don't know if you seen the part where homie starts running. He's running at the camera, bro. He's running, and he runs straight past them. That's what they gonna see for all summer, bro, because homie was running all over y'all. God, dog.
Yeah. Hey, again, his name is Benny Easton Jr., and he's him.
Okay.
And he gonna be there next year. You know, if they retain him, he gonna be there next year. So that number one Summer Creek, they not going nowhere. Win, lose, or draw here, they not going nowhere. Now, if I can be honest, as much as I love those guys at Katy, I think this might be the end of the road.
It's gonna be a good game to watch. To be honest with you,
it's gonna be a great game.
Two teams because you're also. I think that we highlight a lot on Katy's offense, but their defense is also very good. They're very fundamentally sound. They know where the ball is gonna go. They're like Isaiah said, they are studying film, bro. They are studying right now. Right now.
Yeah.
We getting ready for Thanksgiving. They're studying right now, bro. So I think that it's gonna be a great game. I wouldn't be surprised to see Katy Brick keep it real close. I do see Summer Creek getting this dub, but I do see Katy keeping it pretty close.
Look, I'm a bit biased here because I'm a fan of the Katy team. I've grown a fan of them, watching them all season long, and I have not been watching Summer Creek. But I recognize real, and what Summer Creek is doing over there, they really body. You know what I'm saying? Man, and so when it come down, I would not be surprised to see this be the end of the road for Katy. I would love to be wrong, but I think this might be it for him.
Loving the way I know they be loving the way